allergies.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble, yo. What up, yo?
Hi, babe.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, man.
I feel like I
can't
haven't seen you in a month of Sundays.
One day ends up being a month of Sundays,
It feels that way.
We both was on death's bed yesterday.
What happened?
Well, me, allergies.
Okay.
I found out. I mean, outside of me sleeping like crap a couple nights ago.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I mean? Yeah, I thought might have been getting sick or catching a cold or something, which my body usually fights off pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
But this is allergies. So I went and bought some Claritin and, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Get my 12-hour situation going.
Got you.
I think it's 12 hours.
Well, I was hungover.
You was well, and that's crazy. And you didn't drink a lot at all. You had a couple of what do we have?
We had 2 glasses of the new Noir.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Andre.
We'll shout him out, for sure, yo.
Yeah.
Andre, right? Andre, what's his last name?
Mac.
Andre, yo. I mean, first of all, I love the show. I love the show. And shout out to him.
Yes, New Noir.
New Noir. That shit. I mean, that's delicious.
New Noir with it's like a blush color, like an orange color, but it's labeled as a white wine. But it has some skin contact, so it's got like this.
Some skin contact. Man, you get those real Psalm terms when you're dealing with the wine folks.
It's delicious,
like Trina
people.
Marie.
Hey.
Chick on the scene over here. What up, Trina?
Nothing, man.
I'm Brocky, yo. This is a Where's Brunch podcast.
Hey.
We're in the building. You know
I'm
what
Trina
saying?
Marie.
Back.
Where's brunch?
Oh, we going back we didn't go to brunch last weekend.
We did, and it felt weird.
Yeah, we going back this weekend though.
Hello.
I'm trying to find a spot.
Where we going?
I don't know. We had a place reserved for last weekend until things fell through. We had to get your hot water fixed.
Holla.
And then so we had to cancel that.
In hot water.
Yeah. Yeah. And then all that.
Yes.
And then so we skipped brunch. Now I'm trying to find out exactly where to go.
So do you want to go where we were supposed to go last week?
Maybe so. I got to look at the menu because I have a taste for chicken and waffles right now.
Oh.
Yeah, now I haven't had chicken and waffles in a little while, right? Since
I've been having
champagne what was it? No, honeymoon chicken, right?
Ooh. Oh yes.
We know a couple spots.
Ooh, honeymoon.
You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to that. So I actually posted in one of the foodie groups that I'm in on Facebook and was like, yo, where's the best chicken and waffle situation in the DMV that you guys have experienced?
Oh my God.
You know what a lot of people said? And I'll say this on the air, no problem. Uncle C's, that place down on Route 1 that we haven't tried yet.
That place?
They like, yo.
Really?
Yo.
Really?
But not for like, we go out kind of like a fancy brunch, right?
Yeah.
Brunch is more than just eating in
It's
between
an experience.
breakfast and lunch. It's an experience. So we want a place with the ambiance and all that kind of stuff. Playlists.
Because we drove past that place and it looked like a quick, like, go and grab it and keep it moving.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's one of those fancy places where you're gonna go for brunch, you know what I'm saying, get dressed and stuff like that.
Okay.
So but let's toast up, man. We haven't sipped anything yet. We got some bubbly here.
We got some bubbly.
Cheers.
It isn't
Cheers.
sponsored because it's not.
It's not sponsored because it's not. But we're gonna sip a little something.
Okay.
Thoughts?
It's a brute. I knew it was a brute off the top.
What do you say? What do you mean? What do you mean by
it's
that? Man,
drier. It's extra dry.
That's good.
Yeah, it's dry though.
Ooh, I'm getting some flavors on. I'm getting raspberry on this. Raspberry.
Yeah, it's extra dry.
Oh, you don't like that?
Sometimes I like it. Sometimes I
You,
don't.
did you hear the hate just now? I'm getting raspberry. It's extra dry. He's gonna. You know what I'm saying? I'm having an experience over here.
I'm gonna have an experience with you. Hold on.
I'm having an experience over here.
Maybe my palate isn't cleansed, and I'm still tasting the ginger and the stuff from my
Your
shrimp,
sushi.
my sushi.
Maybe so, man. But what's going on these streets?
Rest in peace to the queen.
Oh, what's her name? Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth died.
Yes.
Rest in peace to the Queen Elizabeth. 96. Yes. It's pretty gangster.
A full life.
Mm-hmm. Full life.
Been ruling since she was 25 years old.
That's great. Ruling.
The longest reigning monarch in history.
That's wild.
Monarchs.
That's wild.
She been going for a very long time. She's seen it all.
She's seen it all. A lot of controversy, drama, and scandalous.
Scandal in her family.
Scandalous nonsense. She knows what happens. They said Diana waiting for it. Oh. They said she gonna bounce her right back out of that gate.
Like, no.
You know what I'm saying? Ooh. I told people on social media, I said, listen, I don't want to see y'all in 10 years from now talking about happy birthday to the queen. She would have been 106. No, she would not have been 106. No, she's nice. Somebody said, I can't believe the queen. It's not funny, but it's jokes. I can't believe it. Like the queen, Queen Elizabeth passed, and I'm like, she was 96.
Yes.
I can't believe it.
Most grandparents don't live that long. Black folks live long, but
no, the people live long.
Yeah,
but still, when you pass at 96,
come on,
it's not like I can't believe she passed.
Right?
Why can't you believe that?
We've been wondering how much longer she was gonna last.
Well, I wasn't wondering about nothing.
Well, when her husband died, I really thought, like, when he passed, like,
when was that?
Oh, maybe a couple years ago.
Okay.
Edward. Yeah.
Oh, shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? It's a good name.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I think it's Edward.
No.
Might be wrong.
Let's go with that. It's a good name.
But either way, he passed a few years back, and I thought, like, she was already, looking a little frail and stuff because she's older. She's in her 90s. Like, come on, lady, you. And all I kept thinking is, I was at work and I said, I wonder if Charles is ready. He probably thought
Charles, the one that used to be married to Diana.
Yes,
with the ears, right, and the nose.
The oldest, the
eldest
son.
So what happens now? He becomes what?
King.
He's Prince Charles.
Yes, he's been Prince.
Okay, gotcha. And he's the next of her children.
He is
he's the oldest, whatever.
He's the firstborn son. Yes.
Oh, so he's the youngest.
He's the firstborn
son.
Well, he's the oldest child.
Okay, gotcha. Because that's how that works.
I think it's him and then his sister. I forgot her name, and then brother, the younger brother. But he's always been in line.
He's in line.
It was just, when was she gonna die?
King Charles now.
Yes. But he has to be coronated, and so the question
is, they gotta do the whole sword thing on his shoulders and all that.
They gotta figure out how long it's gonna take for the coronation to happen, because apparently, it took a year for her to be coronated.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it took a while. So I don't know, but I'm thinking that they've kind of been expecting this.
Is all this stuff symbolic at this point? They don't have any say over the government or anything like that.
A little bit.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit, but they have the parliamentary and all that stuff.
Right, where they all put on the Ben Franklin wigs.
The wigs.
Maybe
yes. And
wild,
she has a prime minister who just took office 2 days ago.
Oh, that she put in place?
Well, the people.
Oh, okay.
The Conservative Party voted out the other guy and put this lady in, and she just shook her hand and met with her 2 days ago.
Oh, and then now she's gone.
Yeah.
This old age. That's what they said. She didn't have like a heart attack or nothing like that, right?
I believe it's just old age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to the queen, man. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the queen.
She didn't say much. She was quiet. You know what I'm saying? She took it to the grave, yo. She didn't say nothing. She never talked.
She liked her wine.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah?
She liked wine.
Y'all rappers out there, you know what I'm saying? Take heed. She never talked, yo.
She never snitched.
She never snitched, yo.
Yo, she outlived so many people.
Yeah.
So many leaders she outlived. She's seen them come and go. She's seen a bunch of U.S. presidents come and go.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Yeah, they said she goes around World War II. Whatever.
Yeah, she been in this. She not new to this.
True to this.
She
said, "I'm here for a good time and a long time."
she watched a whole lot of shit happen.
Word.
Yeah, she just been chilling.
Talk that talk.
Yeah. So
speaking of them, I mean, we're here today to talk a little bit about dating and stuff like that, right?
Why not?
I had a little fun with it. They don't do it like over there. Do they set things up or?
Well, there are certain, I guess, people that are seen as viable or appropriate candidates,
right,
for the children.
Diana was from a whole other family.
Was she from she wasn't from a well-off family. Like Camilla, who is Charles's current wife, She was from a well-off, established family, but she was married.
Oh, Charles got remarried to this woman. So is she gonna be the queen?
Yeah, they did all that stuff where they allowed him to get remarried.
Ooh, that's grind. That's greasy.
Yeah, and if you watch The Crown, then you know the history of
spending more time on this than I anticipated. That now it gets greasy. Yeah. So hold on, man. So and I tried to segue into the actual topic, but
yes,
so the child who married the black chick, whose
that's Diana
son is he?
And Charles's son.
Oh, and he said to hell with all this because they didn't want him to be with the black chick.
Right. Who really? She got like her mom is black, but if you see her in all of the U.S., she said she never was treated as a black woman in the United States until she married him.
Well, that's not, and that's from her perspective. Okay, I get it, but that's not, the point is that the family themselves, the family was against him being with this chick because she was black, right?
Because she was also divorced as well.
Yeah, okay.
She was also a divorcee.
Mm-hmm.
She had been married before.
Is that against
so
some type
there's a whole thing about the divorce thing, like it's not supposed to be, and then she's from the U.S. and she's not of royalty of anything, and then you add the black mom in there.
You know a lot about this,
babe. I watched The Crown.
That's a show.
Yes, it's about the queen and how she got into office.
Yo, I do not follow this stuff. Yo, well, we are such a match because of this. I can get so much new information.
Babe.
All right, man. Okay. We're here to talk about dating and stuff. So you sent me this link this morning.
Let me segue.
Okay, go ahead, please.
So this morning I was stretching because I'm a woman of a particular age and I'm getting tight. My body is tight from working out these days. I'm sore, tight. So I stretch or sit down and working the limbs, rubbing the limbs and stretching. And I was scrolling on Facebook and Michael Baisden, he had a post that he put up and he said, gentlemen, listen to this woman, and ladies also listen to this woman. And what do you think? So he had posted it early this morning. I didn't even get to see a lot of the conversation about it, but I immediately forwarded it to you and said, worth the conversation. Mm-hmm. So go for it.
All right, let's go. Let me pull this up real quick.
And we're talking over the phone constantly. Like, this guy is calling. You could tell he is definitely vetting me to figure out if I'm even worth his time. And I have no problem with it, sir. You do what you got to do to make yourself comfortable. We've had several conversations, and the conversations are good. He's not just like, hey, how are you to death, and just sitting on the phone. Like, we're talking. Anyways, by the end of the conversation last week, he says, I'm a traveling nurse. I just start my assignment. I don't know what my hours are yet, but when I get my schedule, I want to see you on my day off next week. Notice his word choice. I want to see you next week. He made it very clear what his intentions are, and he gave me a time frame. That alone put the man 5 steps ahead of everybody else. Already.
Her reactions.
So we talked a little bit over the weekend, and he calls me yesterday. A little bit into the conversation, he says, do you have any food allergies? I said, no, but I don't like avocados. I got a thing about eggs. I'm not a big fan on Italian food. He starts to laugh. Oh, I just made reservations for tomorrow at an Italian restaurant.
This part right here.
I can change them if you want me to. You don't change a thing, sir. You don't. I will find something to eat on that menu. I will find, even if it's just a salad with a baked potato, do not change a single thing. The fact that he made reservations, not even the reservations, let me take that back. The fact that he made the plans. He said he was going to see me this week. He gave me a day this week, and he made the plans.
Boom.
You hear her voice here?
Yes. Yes.
Is it that bad out there?
Hell to the yeah.
Everything that she was talking about that this guy did is all basic stuff for me.
And that's why we're together.
Yeah. I wasn't fishing for a compliment, but I'm just saying.
Listen, do you know what's out there?
No, I don't.
Bare minimum.
Woo.
Like, hey, we just met. Can I come over your house? You gonna cook me something to eat? And I know a friend that just happened to recently. Okay, she told me about it. And I said,
That is
block,
hilarious,
block,
yo.
bliggity block.
Block, bliggity block.
Yes.
Yo, she was so excited. She goes on into this. Didn't want to play the whole thing.
Yeah.
She goes on to talk about how she's gonna buy a dress. She can't even remember the last time she bought a dress for a date. And she's like, I'm gonna go buy a dress for this guy.
Cause guys don't ask girls out on dates. Men, excuse me, don't ask women out on dates.
Yo,
not in that manner. With the planning, with the intention, the planning, and actually following through and setting.
Right.
No.
So it's pretty much like, look, I'm trying to give you the ooey, and this next thing that I bring up is pretty much just a step to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn, man. I mean, I like to go out to eat. Why wouldn't I want to go out to eat with a beautiful woman?
That's how we started.
That's how we started. We did start off with food, didn't we?
6 courses.
It was crazy. It's pretty ill, you know what I'm saying? If I might say so for myself.
Yeah.
But you know, damn, man, it's almost just to hear how taken aback she was, and really you hear the desperation in her voice. And I don't know if that's the right word, but it sounds like fatigue. The fatigue in her voice from what she's been going through.
Fatigue.
Yeah, that's so. What does that do to a woman?
Exhaustion.
What does that do mentally?
You be like, you're just not in the mood for it. And that's when, unfortunately, the women become unapproachable, with a wall up, with a guard up, because they're so used to the BS that they get from the brothers who approach them, that they be like, oh, you just gonna text me to death? What you doing to death? WID every day, no conversation.
What you doing to death?
Hey, good morning, sweetheart. Every morning, and then nothing past that. No real conversation. Nothing of
no
substance.
sense of humor or anything.
No substance. No setting of what your intentions are. Just a lot of games, and
Damn, man.
nothing of substance.
Damn. How do you think her date went?
Oh, I would love to know. I bet it was great.
She needs to start a podcast.
Listen, we need to know. I'm gonna go look for her on TikTok.
Yeah,
and
we
I want to
should
see what happened.
See if we can find her. Maybe we could tag her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to hear about it too. Like, how did that go? I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't guarantee anything. Him being a gentleman and stuff like that. Like, they might not be a match, or they may be a match.
Or they may.
But I'm very curious about how that went. And go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, it's just it's just crazy to just to hear how short these dudes are coming up on. She said that just him making the reservations or making a plan puts him 5 steps above.
Yes.
Just that.
And did you hear what she said about feminine energy instantly?
Later on, she said it's about he had that feminine energy, right?
She was in feminine energy mode.
Oh, I thought you said that he had because he was planning and doing stuff like that.
What she said was feminine energy was engaged. She said, all I have to do is be beautiful and show up.
That's dope. She ain't gotta put the pants on, per se.
Boom. She didn't have to make the reservation. She didn't have to pick the restaurant. She didn't have to do any of the things that she probably normally would have to do if she wanted to have a date.
Right.
He took care of everything. She said she was gonna go get some eyelashes. She couldn't remember the last time she put some lashes on. She was looking for her lash glue. And
that's crazy, right?
Listen,
that's hilarious.
Well, because when you get all of that, it makes you you become energized. Like she said, feminine energy. She felt like she wanted to present herself and get beautiful for this man because
he was doing man shit.
Doing man shit.
And so, does being away from that for a long time get you kind of rusty as a woman?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're like.
Because you ain't used to it. It's foreign. It's like.
This why you had your friends search my Instagram to see if they can find some dirt.
Man, my friends was gonna do that anyway. Okay, I was gonna do that anyway.
He was like, I kind of like him. Go ahead and check it, enjoy it out. Let me get a background check. You get a background check on me?
No, because if anybody was gonna do it, it would have been me. That's my thing.
Whoa! We had to beat that out. It's too much information. You had so. It made me think about dating, right? Bad dates. Have you ever had bad dates? I don't want to assume.
Yes.
Yo, why you had to look at me like that? You want to share?
There was a time when I was professionally dating.
Hold on, you was getting meals? You was getting meals?
There was a time when I was doing like 2 to 3 dates in a day. Like when it wasn't my weekend and I didn't have the girls, when I was, free and in the streets.
Okay.
And I was pro dating. So sport dating. So I would have breakfast with one person.
I can hear you. I can hear your voice right now.
If you see these dogs in your front yard, just know upstairs I'm going hard.
Bing bong. So, I would go from one date and go home, or maybe not, go from one date and then go to the other. Sometimes, usually not more than 2 in a day. Usually 2 dates.
I've never had 2 dates in one day.
You can do it. It's great.
Never. No, I cannot. Oh, I can do it now.
Yeah,
we can go on 2 dates, but
Yeah.
I've never done it. But go ahead.
Yeah. So there have been times that I've shown up for a date and I'm dressed and the brother came in like his workout clothes. Like I'm talking like muscle tank top and spandex pants. And we're at like the Carlisle in Shirlington. And I'm like, do we come for the same date? Because he looked like he just came from the gym.
Yo.
He
wanted you to see his muscles, yo. His muscles.
No, I'm coming in like a dress and some heels or something, and you walk in some muscle shorts and a muscle tank. Come on. I've had brothers show up, and no money. like just drinking water. He was just drinking water because he didn't have no money to pay for anything. And then I paid for my own. I paid for my own drink and then just went about my way.
And hold on, did he eat?
Nah, he didn't eat. He clearly didn't have no money.
So he didn't say, "Yo, it's kind of crazy right now." He was like, "No, I'm good."
No, and he the one that asked me out.
All right, man.
And then he had water.
Damn, fellas.
I've had.
If you listening out there, bro, I hope you're doing better.
I'm trying to think. I had one guy who showed up and didn't know my name. I guess because he's in the app so much with so many different women.
How did you know he didn't know your name?
Because he wouldn't say it, and I was like, it was just, you could just tell he didn't know, he couldn't remember, and I saw him go back to his phone to go look and go see.
You knew what he was doing?
Me. Yeah. And look and see who I was. Damn. And he was like, "So, Trina."
Oh no! Right after he looked at his phone.
Yeah. Come on.
And it was he already lost by then.
He lost.
I have a story to tell.
Tell it, please.
So, I think I'm gonna share this story with you one time. But one time, I was communicating with this girl, right? I was like, "All right, well, let's go out, blah blah blah, go to dinner or something like that." Boom. She was like, "All right, cool." So I'm like, "Send me your address so I can come pick you up." She's like, "All right, cool." She sends me her address, and it was over by Anacostia area, like down by bowling and stuff like that. Okay. And I was like, no. It was uptown. Oh. It was way uptown, like way up in DC. And I was like, I thought she lived near like Anacostia, like near bowling or something like that. I remember her saying that, but it is what it is. Cool. So I drive up there and I hit her up. I'm like, "Yo, I'm outside, right?" And she's like, "All right, I'll be out in a minute." So she comes outside. Well, a woman comes outside, and I'm looking at her like, I have no idea who this is. I don't know who this is. She's coming to my vehicle, right? And I'm like, this is clearly her because she's coming out here for me. She gets in, and I'm like, "Hey." And she's like, "Hey, So I play it cool. I'm like, I didn't know her name.
You didn't know her name?
No, I did not know her name.
How do you not know her name?
So we go.
Wait, how you ain't know her name?
I didn't. I'm gonna tell you in a minute. I'm gonna get to that in a second, right?
Okay.
I didn't know who she was. Not only did I not know her name, I didn't have a recollection of who she was, right? So I'm like, So we go out. We going to dinner and stuff. Going out to hang out, and I'm just conversing, like, having conversations. Like, I'm just bringing up all types of stuff so I can so she can get to that point and tell me who she is, right?
What?
Yes. So finally she says it, and I'm like, this is I had me, Joe, and the fellas. We was at Carnival in DC, and I had met this girl on the street at Carnival, and got her number, and I had probably gotten someone else's number around the same time, and somehow I got those things mixed up.
Oh, sweet baby.
So the whole time I was talking to her, I thought I was talking to the other chick who I ended up never speaking to again. And then the girl that I was out with, we got into a car accident that night, and I ended up never speaking to her again.
What?
I went out with somebody and I didn't know their name. It was bad.
And you picked her up?
Yeah, we here now.
How
Let's
are
go.
you texting a person that you didn't know, and she didn't?
I thought she was someone else, but I didn't let on that I didn't know her name.
Oh
I just had a conversation with her until she told me her. Yeah, I probably got her to tell me her full name somehow, and she did that, and I was like, "Oh, that's that so and so that I met that day with such and such." It was, you know what I'm saying? I love it.
She belongs to the streets.
Really? You belong to the streets.
That was really for me, not her.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. See?
See,
See?
at least I didn't try to look. At least I didn't make it known that I didn't know her name. I was cool enough to get her to have conversation. His dude looks into his phone, then says, "So Trina."
Doing all that. I'm like, dude.
Oh man, it's fantastic, yo.
I moved right on to the next date. That's why sometimes I schedule 2 in a day, because one might not.
You know what? You know one is gonna be bad.
Yep.
Damn. 2 dates, so you get like a lunch and a dinner out of the day.
Yeah, like a brunch and a dinner.
You know what? This is getting deep. This is going off script now. This gets deep. You know what I'm saying? We got to dig down to this a little bit.
Okay.
Was there ever a time that you were on a date and it started off just so terrible, but you just still stayed through the date for the meal? And I'm not trying to flip this on you.
Yeah, I think the guy that was the former exotic dancer.
Wait a minute. You say that like you had already mentioned this on the show. What? Let me find out he was working at the Mirage.
Something like that. Like, and just like was still living in his heyday of being a former exotic dancer and talking about the shows he used to do and all of this. And
Oh, he was all about it.
and I guess that
I mean,
was
I'm not saying
supposed
he
to
should be
impress-
shameful about it.
Right. No, you know, but it was just like very awkward, like the conversation. And I was just like, okay, well, do you want to talk about anything else? Like, you know. It wasn't good. The wine was great, I think, and I just okay.
So how are you? And this is not an interview because
It's
you
okay,
both
baby.
gone through different things. So we're having a conversation.
Yes.
How did you meet these people?
Oh, on dating apps.
Dating apps. Dating apps. Oh boy.
Oh,
And here we go.
Yes. Because when I first became single the first time, my friends were like, girl, you're going to need to get out here and meet some people. So we're just going to make up your profile and you're going to get on these apps. You name the app, I've tried them all.
Okay, I was just about to ask.
Match.com. Yes.
Match.com.
Bumble. Yes. eHarmony.
eHarmony.
Oh my God. Took my money. Yes.
You paid for them.
That's probably the most expensive, and they make you commit to 6 months minimum payments.
Even if you don't meet even if you meet a person. So if you meet a person in a month, you still have to pay for eHarmony for 6 months.
If you mutually meet someone and report it, I don't even know. All I knew was I was trying to get out of it and I couldn't get out of it, and it's
Because you
very
was just
clear.
tired of it.
It wasn't working.
Yo.
You do a whole psych eval, and they give you 3 days. You have 3 days where you can cancel the membership, but
After you join.
3
3 days.
you get 3 days. Now you know you ain't gonna meet nobody in 3
right.
days.
Come
Like,
on.
come on.
People not
unless
even
you-
on their phones sometimes.
Right. So how you gonna be on there? Some people, you know. And I tried to get out of it, and they were like, "Sure, you could cancel, but we still gonna charge you for the rest of the month."
Getting this money.
Until you. So I was like, "Well, fuck it, I might as well just stay on."
Right.
Disastrous.
eHarmony was disaster.
It was horrible. The men that I met, at least, there were no matches.
So there's no truth to the whole stigma because people say Tinder is for people who just trying to fuck or whatever.
I've never been on Tinder.
I was on Tinder.
I don't know.
And I wasn't just trying to fuck.
Right.
I was on Tinder.
Okay.
And I was just on I was on Tinder just to swipe. It's just an exercise.
And that's how Bumble was.
I met a few people.
I think Bumble then became next Tinder.
Oh, I never been on Bumble before.
Yeah, I was on Bumble. Like you can do a free, you know me, free.com.
Mm-hmm.
You can do the free membership and you have like so long, so many days, whatever. And then they start charging you.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can do the paid membership. But then I found that the free trial dudes, they could never really communicate with you because they ain't never pay. And then you find the dudes that paid, you could have conversations and actually meet people. And it was, I mean, I went on some dates, but no.
Damn, man. Like, yeah, I was on Tinder. I mean, way back in the day, I was it
Black
Planet?
I
I was on Black Planet. You know what I'm saying?
I?
They had the chat rooms and all that.
Yeah, I was on Black Planet.
Yeah, I was on Black Planet. But I don't think I don't know if I ever met a person on there. Maybe one or two. But Tinder, I met a few people, and you know, and some people just became friends with and whatnot. Some people, shoot, I don't know. So I matched up with a zillion people on Tinder.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just like match. But I wasn't. It was like scrolling like social media for me.
Okay.
You know how sometimes you just lay down and you just scrolling through. It's like TikTok and Reels.
Okay.
How you just scroll, senseless scrolling.
Yes.
I had to have like 30 something matches. At the time that you and I met, I probably had like 30 people that I was matched up with that I never talked to.
Wow.
And it was I wasn't interested in talking to nobody because I was just tired. Like I wasn't interested, man. You know what I'm saying? It was just like a thing. Just like sometimes I'll just grab my phone and I just swipe.
Oh my God.
Without even looking.
You were addicted.
No, I wasn't. It was just like a thing I just did, and then you know what I'm saying. If it matches, whatever, and you just keep going, and then put the shit down and go about my day and do other stuff. Okay. It was just a thing, and that was it.
Wow.
But there's a couple of some bad situations too.
You had a bad one?
Oh yeah, I had what do they call them? What is it called? Toonfish, shark, catfish.
You got catfish?
I got catfish.
What happened?
You want to hear my catfish story?
Yes.
Y'all want to hear my cat? Have I ever told you my catfish story?
I don't know. I think so. Is it the big girl?
Nah.
No.
Nah. I was living in Waldorf. And
West Africa. Oh, I'm sorry,
South Africa. And I was I don't know what app. It might have been Tinder. I can't remember what app it was. Probably Tinder though, because I think that's the only one I was using. And I matched up with this chick. Mm-hmm. And she was already below my standards. Not to sound like that, but she was.
Damn.
She was. It was like, you know, I think she probably sent me something for. I think I couldn't have been Tinder. It had to be something else. I would have never swiped on it. But it had to be something. I can't remember what app it was.
Okay.
So it was like, all right, it was just one of those things. It was one of those things like we got some type of match or whatever you want to call it, but I just never reached out to her.
Okay.
So one day I'm up in DC hanging out with some friends. I was at Truckaroo. You remember Truckaroo? The food truck festival they used to have in DC. Yeah. I'm at Truckaroo and and I get I get a message, whatever. So I open my joint up and this chick who I probably have forgotten by that time, right? Okay. And I'm like, all right, she's like, what's up, whatever, and I'm like, oh hey, what's good, you know? And she's like, nothing. So I'm like, oh, she want to get up, right? So when she said nothing, I was like, she wants to get up. I can just, it's just you know, code words.
Nothing. So, get up means sex.
Yeah, I could tell by the way she was just the way she was like, I'm like, you hit me up for nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like, you know, tell me something about yourself or anything of substance.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, well, I'm up in DC. I'm up in DC at this thing with my friends or whatever. She's like, you know, you want to hang out? And I'm like, well, I'll hit you up on my way home. Mm-hmm. I live, you know, because I live in Waldorf. I'm in DC, and she lives in Waldorf too. Okay. And she's like, all right, cool. So I was like, all right. So I'm heading home. And I hit her up, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you know me now. Yes. You know how serious I am about food. Yeah. Right? So, hit her up. I ain't hear nothing, right? I know where she lives. She told me the area that she lives in because I had friends that used to live over there. Hear nothing. I keep driving, right? So I get all the way home, parking my drink, get in the house, threw on the sweats.
Oh.
Threw on the sweats, threw some leftover pizza in the oven. You know,
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Right?
Yeah.
She hits me up. Hey, I'm like, yo, I'm already home. You know what I'm saying? I got pizza in the oven. I don't go out when there's pizza in the oven.
Wow.
She's like, oh, you playing around, whatever. I'm like, oh, she's talking big shit, right?
Oh.
I'm playing around. All right, cool. All right, so she convinced me. All right, I'm going to go out, right? So I was like, all right, well, cool. Come through. Because I didn't feel like having company at this point. I'm just like, I'm home in my sweats, about to have pizza, and then I'm probably going to go to sleep. And I'm like, come through. She says, I don't have a car, right? And I was like, she don't have a car, right? I'm like, in Waldorf, right? In Waldorf. Like, how do you not have a car in Waldorf, right? So I'm like, all right, man. I'm like, all right. I'm gonna come up there. I'm gonna come, pick you up real quick, and then we'll come back over here. She's like, all right, cool. So I get back. I throw some clothes back on. I go up, and it's not far, or whatever. It's both in Waldorf. I drive up, and this is I had my range. I had my range at this point. So I turn into it's like a cul-de-sac where she lives, right? Mm-hmm. I turned onto the street and I see her. She's standing under a light post. And the closer I get, so I once I saw her, I unlocked my door, right? So she can just get in. Once I saw her, she looked like the clothes that she had on, she looked like she had been laying around in the house all day. Like she looked completely disheveled. She looked way more terrible than she did in her profile pics. She was smoking a cigarette.
Oh my gosh.
She had a gallon jug of water in the same hand, and she had a bunch of shit in her other hand, smoking a cigarette, standing outside. So I saw this. I locked my door.
You locked the door? You drove off?
I locked the door. I pulled up. She comes up and to my door, and I'm rolling the window down. She's grabbing my handle. She pulls. It doesn't open.
Yeah.
The window's rolling down, and it's just tap, roll it down. And I was like, she's like, the door's locked. I was like, I can't do this. She's like, whatever. I rolled the window up and pull off and go back home.
Oh my gosh. I can't do this.
I can't do this.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
I get home. I look in the mirror and I said, it has to be something better than this.
Oh my gosh.
What is happening?
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
Dead serious. That happened.
Babe, I don't even know what to say to that. I feel bad for you.
Thank you. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Hey, man, listen. I was like, I'm not doing that.
Wow.
I'm not doing this.
She was looking for the come up.
She sure was. And she wasn't
she
getting it
thought
with me.
She was about to get it.
Listen.
Get it. So,
I'm out.
All right. So I have a story.
Mm-hmm.
I got another one. You know, when your girlfriends are all single and y'all on dating apps and stuff, you tend to kind of talk about it. Talk about, the guys that are talking to you or whatever. So my bestie and I were, sitting up, comparing notes or whatever, and screenshotting, sharing the dudes that are messaging us in the messages. Mm-hmm. Turns out one dude is messaging both of us.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Damn.
Yep. And was saying the same exact things
I was just
to
gonna ask,
both of us.
Was he copying and pasting?
He was copying and pasting to both of us.
Damn.
Same conversation, same time, like a minute apart. Like good morning, like type of stuff like that, asking questions.
Good morning, sweetheart. Good morning, sweetheart.
Yeah, and it just so turned out it was the same guy. We was like, damn, let's block this nigga.
Y'all just blocked him.
We blocked him.
Y'all ain't playing no games or nothing.
We didn't even feel like it. We was like,
he wasn't even worth that time.
He wasn't even cute.
Damn, copy and paste, yo.
Copy and paste, and shout out to the brothers that copy and paste all the chicks the same message. You never know. We might know each other.
They might just know each other. But you know what? They're playing a numbers game. They don't care.
And I realize it's a numbers game.
They don't care, yo.
Yeah. I've had guys that was just straight up like, ooh, let me see that body. You know, like they in Bumble.
Really?
In Bumble. There was a couple of dudes that was like, "Oh, you got a nice figure. Let me see.
Can
I get a pic? Like, can I get a pic of you in your bra? Can I get a pic of you like naked? What kind of pics you got in your phone?"
Yo, read the room.
Some just ask right off the top. Some don't even care.
Crazy.
Like Rec just straight up like, "Yo, let me see. You got some nudes in your phone?" Couple of dudes just asked me off the top for nudes. Yeah.
Have you ever been catfish? Somebody who somebody who don't really look like their picture? Or?
No, because you know why? I'm a FaceTimer. I need to FaceTime you first.
You are a FaceTimer. We FaceTime when we started dating.
I need to see you first.
Yeah, we started.
You ain't gonna waste my time. I'm not gonna be showing up to see the Oscar the Grouch come out the garbage can.
You gotta cut your hair and trim your mustache before you start talking to Trina, yo, because she gonna like FaceTime.
I need to FaceTime you. I need to see what you look like. Okay, we're gonna do this in like 24 hours.
Right.
We're not gonna give you no time.
Damn iPhone people can get FaceTime.
So I've never been catfished. No.
Well,
never been catfished.
You're very fortunate. That's crazy though. All types of dating nightmares.
Oh yeah, and it was all a waste of time, but all worth it because in the end, after I got off of every site and said I'm done, who do I meet? Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm doing pretty good as far as geniuses go.
Holla at me. No dating app.
No dating app.
I mean, look, man. People meet on dating app. I can't be mad at it. People meet and get married and all types of stuff. Yeah. People, there's good people out there. I was out there. I think I'm a pretty decent person.
Yes.
I wasn't out there playing no games with nobody. I wasn't out there telling chicks to send me nudes and no shit like that. I was just out there, and because of the circumstance. But I realized that I needed to move out of Waldorf. But we're gonna get into all that. We're gonna tell. When are we gonna tell our story?
I think we should tell our story like next month.
Yeah, maybe episode 10 or something like that.
Episode 10?
Yeah, maybe 10. That's a good number, isn't it?
Why we gotta wait till 10?
Because it's a good number.
Okay, 10. Like how many weeks is that? This is episode 3, right? Or is this episode 2?
This is episode 2.
Okay, so in 8 weeks.
I don't know. We'll tell our story soon. But that's part of it, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No dating apps for us.
No dating apps. I mean, although some people do use Instagram as a dating app.
Oh yeah, you can meet people on social media. I mean, I met you on social.
We met.
Well, yeah, I found you on social media.
Yes.
I didn't meet you on social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so what does all this say about dating in 2022?
It sucks.
Damn.
That's why so many women are just like, I'm good. I'm going to go on my trips with my girls.
I need to talk to some of the fellas out here then, because there got to be some struggle on the other side too. Because you have the women who are just looking for meals. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying you do.
I mean, I've done it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you have that. So, it might be a guy. You get so, I guess it could be a deadly cycle, right? Mm-hmm. The women we'll just start there. The women get so disgusted and jaded that you might miss out on good guys because of how jaded you are from all the batches.
Absolutely. That's why I said the walls are up.
Yeah.
The attitudes, the unapproachable, all that stuff, because you're just like, I ain't got time today.
I ain't got time for it.
I ain't got time for it.
Damn. That's crazy.
That's what they say. That's why the brothers and the ladies be saying, like, telling their married friends who are talking about they getting divorced, you don't want to be out here.
Nah.
You don't want to be in this cesspool.
It's pee in that pool. I tell people, yo, it's pee in that pool, yo.
Listen, you do not want to be out there. And then it's like the same people. We are in our mid to late 40s. Mm-hmm. The same people that was single in their 30s is still out here in the streets doing the same stuff that they were doing in their 30s.
I mean, I was single for 8 years before I met you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a long ass time.
It is.
That's a long ass time.
But a lot of it also has to do with people being set in their ways, people not wanting to do more, and men not wanting to court women. Men, in the days of may he rest in peace. What's his name? What's your boy?
Who, Al Green?
No, the other dude, the dude that died, the dude, Mike. What was his name? Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels.
Oh, Kev. Yeah,
Kevin
the
Samuels,
legend.
these
OG.
high valued men who don't have time for certain types of women. I mean, it's just it's a mess. You know, it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. And then you've got, you know, this is the DMV. The women here are professional. Their per capita income is up. Most have their own. They have their own careers. They have their own luxury vehicles. Many own their own cars, and they're looking at brothers like, and you gonna come with the nonsense trying to just come over my house?
It's hard. That's a tough situation. We've talked about this before we started this podcast. When a woman builds up so much on her own like that, it's it's hard for a man to fit into that sometimes.
Agreed.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay. I can see that.
Why do you need me? Some guys might feel that way.
Right. But if you're coming and you're adding to her life, women, honestly, we want you to add to our lives. You know?
And I'm not saying that women shouldn't seek out,
Right.
Being successful professionally, and even, material things if you want, or the big house, all these things, whatever. But just understand that you're going to be faced with a little bit of difficulty at some point when it comes. You might be faced with a little bit of difficulty at some point when it comes to a man fitting into that.
I think if you want him to fit in, he will fit in. But he's also got to come to the table adding to your life and not causing drama.
Well, it's not even just a drama. Yes, you're right, 1,000%. Not bringing drama, but the psyche is what we're thinking about, right? A guy, what am I adding? You have to be pretty dynamic, right? So this woman who has the 4,000 square foot house, she got the Benz and she got a range. You know what I'm saying? Like she got all these things, and she's on this level and whatnot. What do you bring to the What do you bring to the table?
Right.
What are you bringing to the table? And even a guy like me, who I'm doing pretty decent for myself, if I meet a woman that's like that, it's like, well, I'm just going to be me. You know what I'm saying? And if I don't fit into that shit, then adios. It just is what it is. But that it does present some difficulty at times and whatnot when women are like that, at that stage and whatnot, single for so long.
Yeah, you just don't want the BS. You don't want the nonsense. It just made me it triggered me to think about a dude that I had met, that I was dating somewhat. And about a month or so into the dating, I would say, he wants to have a conversation with me and let me know that there's a girl who let him know that she's pregnant with his child.
Alrighty then.
And I was like,
she has said she's pregnant.
Good luck with that.
Good luck, yeah.
Good luck.
Straight up.
I wish you the best. And he couldn't understand why I was like,
adios.
I don't have time for this.
No.
First of all, we just met.
Yep.
Like, come on.
No, you don't have any. You haven't put enough money in the bank yet. Like, you have no leverage here. You have no equity.
And I don't have time for that.
Right.
Like, I don't have to.
Right.
I don't have to. There's nothing here. I don't have to be on the struggle bus with you on this. Like,
no, I choose not to.
Good luck.
Damn.
Yeah.
He like, this girl had called me and said she was pregnant.
And I was like, it sounds like good luck to you. That's what it sounds like. Be blessed.
Be blessed. Yo, man. Damn, man. Yeah. It's rough. I think the music plays a big part in a lot of this too.
The music?
Yep.
The industry?
There's no love, man. There's no love. Let's think about how we talked about this before too, but not on here. Let's think about how much the music influenced our parents. That era, the love music and stuff. How much?
Their songs were about cheating.
A lot of them were, but it's you know what I'm coming from.
Yes.
A lot of love. R&B is love, and people are influenced by music. If we're gonna sit here today and say that our youth is impacted and influenced by hip hop and the violence and the drugs and hip hop, then we have to acknowledge that the era before that was influenced just as much by the love and all those things that was going on. Now that doesn't exist. It's all about I got the wet ass this and you know what I'm saying, and I can suck that, and I'm fuck this bitch and this. Yeah, I don't need no bitch. I don't trust no bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So before it was like that was just in hip hop, and then R&B was still kind of hanging on, and then they started the R&B dude, the hip hop dude started singing, and then the R&B dude started singing like the hip hop dudes, and they're about the same stuff.
Fuck out my face.
Fuck out my face. Don't get me started with that Drake album. But yeah, man, it's crazy.
I mean, but okay, so for us, for our generation, because we came up in the middle of a little bit of everything. We had the hip hop.
We had it all.
We had the R&B. And then we had the old school influences from our parents of the 70s music. So then our children should have a better representation I played the good stuff for my kids, so they grew up on Erykah Badu and Jill Scott and DeBarge and Lionel Richie and all that kind of stuff, and Public Enemy and reggae music, and which maybe that's not a good example, but
we didn't know a lot of stuff they were saying either until later.
Until later. So I would think that our children would have a better, it's no different than when gangster rap came out and our family was looking at us crazy because we were listening to that. Yeah. But we didn't, I don't think we...
True. Yes, true indeed. I'm not saying across the board. Right. Of course, it's not everybody. Everybody's not going to be. But the mentality is, it's just crazy. It's like people are living that shit out.
Yeah. And in the clubs and there, the travel and the girls' trips and the beaches and the BBLs and all these things happening. There's a lot going on. Like, I feel for the kids now in their 20s. It's too much. It's crazy. And there isn't a lot of that love and fostering and relationship and they don't date and court.
It doesn't seem to be a thing.
It doesn't seem to be a thing now.
It doesn't seem to be a thing.
Courting isn't. Do they court now in their 20s?
Did I court you?
I feel like you did.
I courted you?
I feel like you did.
Yeah.
We're older, so it's different.
Yeah,
But I do feel like you definitely let me know your intentions.
From the beginning.
From the beginning. I didn't have any questions about it. I didn't wonder.
Mm-hmm. I was even, like I always say, I was even in a relationship with you before you was in a relationship with me. We'll get back into that in our episode. We'll break down this relationship. Yo, man, this is good. This is a good discussion. It's fun. I
appreciate that.
Yeah, it's an ongoing joke, you guys.
It is an ongoing joke.
It's funny.
It's very funny.
I love you, yo.
I love you too.
Come on, man. You already know.
You know what's up.
Yo, man. People, let's try to do better out here. Let's love each other.
Yeah, men do better.
Oh man, see, look, this was heavy. This was heavy against the guys and whatnot, but it's some nonsense out there too on the other side of things. For sure.
Yeah, because we're fed up. Because women are fed up. So
you see how she flipped that back on the men again. the black women delegation is taking no responsibility on this podcast.
What do we need to take responsibility for?
You don't think that there's women out here playing games? all right. No, don't start singing. Nah, this ain't the 80s.
I think that there are women who are playing games, and I think there are women who are just not here for it, and they're gonna do them first.
There's all that. There's guys out here that's not playing games too.
True.
You know what I'm saying? There's guys out here not playing games. I wasn't playing no games.
No, you.
I played one game. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been playing no games for a long time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's women out there that be on some BS.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this ain't a blame game. It's just saying it's a responsibility across the board.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a trauma.
We need to have our speed dating event.
Oh God. On that note, this is when Trina sings and dances. Thank you for coming out, guys.
Hey.
Episode 2, the Weird Brunch Podcast.
Episode 2.
Dating. We are not going to hook you guys up with each other.
We would try. I would try.
She's trying to. We're not doing it.
Do you guys want a dating mixer?
Yeah, who listened to the end of this? Tell us if you want a dating comment.
If you listen to the end, comment.
Comment.
Do you want to attend a dating mixer from Where's Brunch?
Let us know. Comment on the post on Instagram.
Yes,
and
let us
other
know.
places on YouTube and so on and so forth. Let us know.
Repost it and say, I want to attend.
Yep. That's the challenge. Yo, man. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
The conversation. Sorry, guys. I was a little under the weather today with these allergies, but I'll be better next week.
Yes. You're good.
Where's Brunch?
Hey, we out.